to all. This is Shiva signing in into Kalluri Lectures. Today we are going to discuss about the very basic concept, which is nothing but the graphical analysis which is related to quadratic equations. We know already that the quadratic equation will be in the form of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So before going to graphical analysis, in graph normally we have x and we have y. So in order to plot the graph, let us think about this ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So first of all, here we have two important factors which decides the graph for quadratic equations. One is nothing but a, means the coefficient of x square. So the another one is b square minus 4ac, which we call it as discriminant, which we have gone through it in the previous lectures also. Now let us check how the coefficient of x square will affect the graph of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So for this purpose, first of all, let us equate y to ax square plus bx plus c. Why we are equating? In the sense, as we are plotting the graph on xy plane, see, this is in terms of x. That means definitely there should be a term y which will be equated to the function of x. So now let us, as I want to retrieve the importance of coefficient of x square, that is a, let me take it as common. So now what I will get? So if I take it as common, I will get it as a x square plus b upon a into x plus c upon a. As we know it previously in the method of completing the squares also. So I want to complete the square here. So for this purpose, what we are going to do is, so let me add b square and let me subtract b square. So if I want to add b square and if I want to subtract b square, so let me write this in the form of 2 into b upon 2a multiplied with x. So now 2ab. So now I need to add b upon 2a whole square and I need to subtract b upon 2a whole square. So let me write it as b upon 2a whole square and I need to subtract b upon 2a whole square at the same time. So plus c upon a. So now what we're going to do is, as I'm saying to you that I want to complete the square here, so a square plus 2ab plus b square. So I can write this as x plus b upon 2a whole square, and at the same time from these two terms I want to take minus as common. So first let me simplify it. Minus b square upon 4a square plus c upon a. So now y is equal to a multiplied with x plus b upon 2a whole square. If I take minus as common, I will get it as b square minus 4ac upon 4a square. So now let me separate this. So y is equal to a multiplied with x plus b upon 2a whole square minus, so let me write this term as, we know b square minus 4ac is nothing but discriminant and we used to represent it with d. So let me write it as d upon 4a square. So simply if I solve this, if I solve this, I will get it as y is equal to a into x plus b upon 2a whole square minus d upon 4a. As here d upon 4a is a constant, let me shift this to this side. So I will have y plus d upon 4a, which is equal to a into x plus b upon 2a whole square. So now adding some constant to y will make a difference in y, means the plotting will be in y itself. So let me mark it as capital Y. So in the same way, here b upon 2a is a constant. Adding b upon 2a to x will gives you the change in the x value, means let me represent it as capital X. So I will get it as y is equal to a x square. So here y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c can be written as y is equal to ax square. So that means the square of values of x multiplied with the constant a will gives you the value of y. Suppose, for example, if a is positive here, so let me take a small example here. If a is equal to a positive number, so that means capital Y will be is equal to a is positive, x square, even though if it is positive or negative, you will get positive itself, because the square of x is nothing, the square of positive is positive, the square of negative is also negative. So positive into positive, so positive multiplied with positive will give you the positive. That means if you take suppose for example, if I take x as positive and negative, here you will get y also as, so means if a is positive, if you take x as positive, y also it will be positive. If you take x as negative, also you will get y as negative. So that means here I can state that whatever might be the value of x, for positive value of x, for negative value of x, the y value will be positive if a is positive. And at the same time, if I take, if a is negative, so now if I take x as positive, x and positive and negative, if x is positive, so what I will get here, so y is equal to, so x in the sense positive, so positive square in the sense positive. So here as a is negative into positive will gives you negative, and at the same time x is negative, x square is positive, so y value will be negative into positive, again negative. That means here if a is negative, all the values of y will be negative. Means I can conclude that if a is positive, what I am getting here, I am getting all y values as positive. Y values will be positive. Suppose if I take a as negative, so what I will get? I will get all y values as negative. So if I plot the graph, if I take different x values and if I plot the graph, so the graph is nothing but if a is positive, the graph will be open upwards, and if a is negative, the graph will be open downwards. So this pattern of the graph we will observe very practically through an app. So let us go for that version. Thank you. Let us switch on to the graphical analysis once again practically.